Okay. Coffee with Ola on a Sunday with Ola 203. Goddamn. Shit. Oh shit, man! That last thing is quite the workout. In stamina of your right hand right there, but this, my friends, is Sunday with Ola. Got hair in my mouth. Sunday with Ola 203 for you right there. Welcome, man. Welcome and good morning to you guys. Hope you guys are doing good. You know, a lot of people, they were complaining last time that I was yelling and screaming too much. So in this Sunday with Ola, I'm gonna keep it calm, okay? There's not gonna be any yelling, you know. Anyways, have you seen this? This is a new guitar. We have to talk about 4 new guitars that were released this past week. Nothing too fancy or flashy or anything. I mean, you've seen guitars like this before. This is a 7-string A1.7 guitar. Very bare bones, but there are a couple of things that are needed to be said in regards to this guitar and the other 3, and I'm going to show right here. Look at that. 2 6-string and 2 7-strings, black and white, hip shot bridge, stainless steel frets, all of that, locking tuners, you know, all the things that come with the 1 series of SWOLA guitars. But the R in these guitars stand for Richlight. Now, what is Richlight, you might ask? Well, that's when there's a fretboard made of Richlight. That's why it's so black. Can you see that? It's a composite material that has been working really well. We've been using them in our European-built guitars. I'm very happy with these fretboards, so they go on these new 1 series guitars as well. So there you go. Enough talking about that. Goodbye. All right, are you guys ready? Let's head into the news. Randall Smith has completed his time with Gibson as master designer and pioneer of MesaBoogie. Gibson confirms the departure of legendary amp designer and MesaBoogie founder Randall Smith. Now, Randall Smith founded MesaBoogie in the late 60s, and he's been the main amplifier designer. You know, basically the designer of a lot of staples in terms of amplifiers. You know, you have the Mark series, you have the rectifiers, you know, Badland, dude, hello. So my guess is that when Gibson acquired Mesa, that there will be some terms of Randall staying with the brand for at least 3 years before moving on. And a lot of people are speculating that he might be retiring, but according to Randy himself, who's 75 years at the time of the acquisition, so he's 78 right now, holy shit. He said, "My whole life has been coupled with music, and it's an honor to be able to build equipment for musicians. I will never tire of it because it's thrilling. I'm 75 years old now, and I will continue to do this and continue. I have a whole family of people here that I've built their lives around working here." Okay. He's basically talking about the people at MesaBoogie, which are obviously staying with Gibson. So who knows? Maybe he's going to retire. Maybe he's going to start his new Randall Smith amplifier brand. Huh? That would be cool. Anyways, what an absolute legend. Good on him, man. We haven't heard anything from the Dimebag camp when it comes to the new Warhead amplifiers that were teased like, how many years ago? I don't know. Well, if you signed up for the updates down in this link right there, you might have received an email this past week saying the Warhead is returning, pre-order coming soon. Oh my God! Hey friends, you're reading this because you signed up for updates on the Warhead website. Well, guess what? The time has come and we're nearly ready to launch the official Warhead. And this is from David Karen, by the way, KHDK, which I've tried a bunch of pills in the past, right there. So that means that he has a foot in the door right there. He's been a part of designing this, I guess. Let's read on. The Warhead Mini Amp, Dime Slime Launch Edition, 40 watt, single channel, solid state, custom design power amp, limited edition, 333 pieces only, with glow in the dark logo. Comes with a certificate signed by Grady Champion, Rita, and myself. Not me, the guy who wrote the email. Price $549. Dude, that's a great freaking price right there. Holy shit. Expecting shipping date September 2024. Dude, limited to 333 and priced at $549. They're gonna sell out so fast. I would not limit this product, in my opinion. Holy shit. That's a great introductory price for a 40 watt amplifier, especially if it's like a quick route to the Dimebag tone. I mean, it's cool that they're limiting it to 333 pieces, but at the same time, with this price point, why don't you just continue to make them? And you know, if they make a bigger amplifier, which I assume they will at some point, like a even bigger of an amplifier head, that they make that one limited to 333 pieces or something like that. These are gonna sell out so fast. What happens next? Very soon I will share the Warhead pre-order link with you, as well as the first ever official video. You will be the first to know when it goes live, since you're so amazing for signing up here, but here are some details in advance. So if you want to be first on the updates, I guess you have to sign up for the updates on the website. And maybe... And you guys are probably gonna ask, Ola, you gotta snag one of these so you can make a demo. Oh! Maybe there's one in the other room right now. Shit. Galder quits Dimmu Borgir after nearly 25 years, revives Old Man's Child. Okay. Dimmu Borgir guitarist and bassist Galder has quit the band. Galder joined Dimmu Borgir in 2000 and has now announced his departure to focus on his other project, Old Man's Child. Dimmu Borgir, who is currently founding member Shagraf and Selenios, has not commented on the situation. Yesterday I played my last show with Dimmu Borgir, wrote Galder. After almost 25 years of making music and playing with Dimmu, I have decided to leave the band. I've been thinking about this for years, and as many of you have been pointing out, it's time for Old Man's Child to get on stage again and finalizing the new album. Oh, so they're working on a new album, okay. I mean, obviously a loss for Dimmu Borgir, but at the same time, we're getting Old Man's Child back, you know? So, good news in my opinion. All right, a piece of news that my wife will love. But Leprous released a new single. Like a sunken ship. Leprous is one of Luis's new favorite bands. I must say, I really like Leprous as well. They're releasing a new album August 30th. And we're both really looking forward to it. Hopefully they're playing Stockholm soon. We went to the last show, it was amazing. And yeah, maybe not necessarily super duper metal, but it's, you know, it's close. It's close, man. There's metal elements in it. They're heavy sometimes, you know. If you haven't checked out Leprous, do it. And that, my friends, was the news. Okay, before we continue, I have to announce to you guys a new thing that Pix has been doing. So Pix is right here. Hey, so one thing that I've noticed with Pix now is that she's very fond of eating guitar picks. And not eating, but she likes to hold them in her mouth, and then you know, she chews on them and leaves them on the ground. That's her new thing. I just wanted to let you guys know about that because I keep finding guitar picks on the ground, and I'm like, hey, here's a guitar pick, and it's a little bit skewed. Do I have one of those skewed ones here? I mean, this is not too bad. It's a little bit skewed right there, but you know, I've seen worse. Regular day at the office. What is it, Wednesday or something? Hey. It's sort of early morning. I don't really have that much happening this week, so I have to make one of these adventures, you know, showing what I'm doing at the office. And depending on how long you've been following my channel, you know, back in the absolute early days of my YouTube channel, I was basically only testing out stuff, no talking, just playing and showcasing features and stuff like that. Then eventually I started talking, and you know, my channel became something else. It's still demoing stuff and demoing products, but throughout the years I have had so many different segments, so many different video ideas, and different things that I just throw it around, see if it sticks on the wall. Like will it Chug, for instance, that's stuck on the wall very good. And then some other segment that I test and are successful, but then I completely just forget about them because there's so many of them. So something that I figured I would start doing again is going back a little bit to what I did in the absolute beginning, which if you saw this past week, for instance, I did the like a Dimebag rig and Dimebag guitars, and I was just playing. There was no talking, no nothing. So I figured I would make more videos like this, kind of, you know, venture back into time a little bit, you know, switch it up a little bit with just guitar. You know, sometimes there's nothing that needs to be said, to be honest. So I have plenty of plans of what to do. I'm going to do one with this Dave Mustaine guitar, but initially I wanted to plug in the Dave Mustaine into the EVH that I have loaded up here, but it turned out that that's a terrible match right there. The pickups of the Dave Mustaine guitar sounds absolutely horrible through this EVH rig right there. So I did record something yesterday and I listened back to it and I'm like, that doesn't sound good at all. So today I'm going to redo it because I want to let the EVH shine a little bit, but I'm going to do it with this Charvel instead that has a little bit of a softer pickup that I think works way better for more of a modern amp, which the EVH is. And that's the problem right there with having two voiced of pickups like the Dave Mustaine, the Seymour Duncan Dave Mustaine. They're insanely hot and, you know, has a very distinct character to them. And when the pickup has a certain character, they might not necessarily sound very good through all the amplifiers. So in this case with the EVH, it's just too modern of a tone going into a modern amplifier and just becomes so shrill and so incredibly thin. And I know a lot of people are asking me why I'm using like a Custom 5 Alnico, which is a very bare bones, very non-invasive pickup. It's because it lets the amplifier speak, you know, its own tone. If you have two voiced of a pickup going into a modern amplifier, it's going to color too much, in my opinion. So I figured out today I'll be using this one. I'm not sure I remember what this is, if it's a JB or whatever it is, on this Henrik Donhage signature guitar, by the way, but it sounds way better in this amplifier right now. So I mic'd up the Fortin cabinet. It has vintage 30 speakers in it. I have two microphones, and the cameras are set up and ready to go. And I figured this would be an ongoing thing. So if you have any suggestions for different combos of guitar amplifiers and guitars that you want to see on my channel, let me know in the comment section, okay? Before we start, just gotta drink some of that man juice. No, not man juice. that sweet, sweet brown awesomeness that's in the cup right there. Before I start, I gotta get Pix out of the room. She can't be in here when I'm playing guitar. Come. Så ja. Du är duktig. Du är duktig. Du är duktig. Du är duktig. Nu har du okay. And now it's going to be disappointing. Sorry, Pix. She's still so happy though. Denied! She can't be in here while I'm cranking an amplifier. That's not good for dog ears. Okay? That single coil pickup right there sounds good. shit. Oh, I forgot this camera. The batteries went out on the recorder while I was recording this. So I hope the files were saved. This is the second time I record this amplifier. I don't want to do it a third time, you know? So for remote stuff that I need to record, I use this Zoom, which is PodTrack P4, which has 4 microphone inputs on it, and it's battery driven, and it can push plus 48 volts for phantom power, so that's great. But the batteries died out in the mid-set, so hopefully the files before that got saved. So that's going to be, yes, let's see. All right, here's the next rig. Put on a new t-shirt, just so it looks like it's a completely different day, even though it's not. That's just video magic, everyone. Okay, so I discovered that this Zoom saved the files, even though the battery ran out. So, good news, everyone. I'm extremely happy about that. Album tip of the week. Nile has released a new album. The underworld awaits us all. I covered the single that's called a very long name before. What was it? It was Chapter for Not Being Hung Upside Down on a Stake in the Underworld and Made to Eat Feces by the 4-H. Yes, great song. The album is an absolute banger. There's not anything spectacular or new happening in terms of the sound. It's just, but you know, don't. Why is it so hard? Why is it so hard for me to speak today? What I wanted to say is that Nile doesn't have to, you know, reinvent the wheel again. It's fine if they just release bangers like this. The album is solid as hell. Nothing surprising, but just really solid, super awesome. Go check it out. Hello. Thank God. It's a Christmas miracle, you guys. It's a miracle. It's amazing. I think the vinyl for Chug Project 3 just arrived. Vilken dag?
Jag kollade senast idag.
Ja, fan bra. Kul.
De är lösa, vad jobbigt.
Ja.
Men om man ska ta någonting och bara...
Ja. Okay. Let us see. Look at that. Finally, man. Hell yeah. Look at that. And as always, I have to check. How long have we been waiting for these? I think 2 months. Okay, let's take a look. Got the inner sleeve right there. And beautiful vinyl. Chug Project number 3. Dude, so much shit here. Okay. All right. You ready? It's a thumbs up. So with the vinyl arriving, that means that we're finally going to be able to ship it out to you guys. Everyone in pre-order and all that. All you guys that have been waiting for the orders, dude, thank you so much for the patience. We're going to start shipping them right now. There's just something about vinyl delivery day, man. Holy shit. Something really special. So there you go. Chug Project Volume number 3, finally on vinyl. You can get it from olaenglandshop.com. When you're watching this, if you pre-ordered it, it will be shipped out, okay? So there you go. So these go out today. What is this, half?
About half, yep.
This is half. Yeah. Okay, so another half tomorrow then. All right, everyone, that's gonna be Sunday with Ola 203 for you right there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as you saw, the Chug Project number 3 vinyl are finally here. We start to ship them out immediately. Thank you so much for the support, you guys. You can still get the Chug Project 3 vinyl in the OlaEnglundShop.com. Get another vinyl as well. You can get the 5-year anniversary Golden Master of the Universe vinyl as well. And I'll sign them for you if you want to. Right, Ola, please sign or something. Dudes and dudettes, thank you so much for today. Enjoy your beautiful Sunday, and I'll see you soon. Okay, how about that? Goodbye.